Now might be a great time to look at manufactured housing. Let's talk about that today on the Central Atlanta Realty Monday Update. Good morning, happy Monday, and this is Jay White here with Central Atlanta Realty. Welcome to the Central Atlanta Realty Monday Update. So I just got back from doing the Good Morning Lake Norman segment there on WSIC. We were down in Cornelius, did that, and we talked about several things. We talked about the current market, what it's like here in the summertime. We talked about how many people are moving into the Charlotte area from out of state. And we talked about manufactured housing. So maybe it's time to look at manufactured housing. But so let's talk about the market first. It's still, we're moving more towards a balanced market. In other words, we've got about as many buyers and sellers out there. So we're not as unbalanced as we were. Why is that important? It's great if you're buying because that means the sellers are having to work a little bit harder. And it's great if you're selling because buyers are out there looking. So it's a good time to sell. It's a good time to buy. It's nice to be moving back towards this balanced market. And here at Central Atlanta Realty, we will help you navigate that market, whether you're buying or selling. So if you're ready to sell right now, give us a call or stop by centralatlanta.realty.com and we'll get you off on the right foot. If you're searching, if you're looking to buy right now, go to centralatlanta.realty.com and the first thing you'll see is a search box. So you go in there and search for the properties you want. And the good thing about searching on an independent website like ours is it's just us, right? So you're not bombarded with I don't want to use a brand name, but we're not bombarded with their ads and stuff. So, if you're looking, it's the same bunch of data. We provide all the data for those other sites. So go to centralatlanta.realty.com and start your search there, right? It's a lot better. So what did we talk about today? We talked about the market being balanced so that, we're about 4 months inventory and we consider 6 months to be balanced. So we're moving more towards that. And by balanced, we mean that it's as good for buyers as it is for sellers. And so the numbers are lagging a little bit. That's how stats work, statistics. And so we think that we're more balanced than the stats would indicate just by the conversations and the way pricing is going, stuff like that. So if you're selling or buying, it's a good time to do it. It's always a good time. So we talked about what we call ingress. How many people are moving into the area? And there's about 115 people a day moving into what we call the Charlotte area, and Statesville is certainly part of that Charlotte market. And so you think about 115 people a day coming into the market, and they're all looking for houses. So there's a lot of demand for housing. Why are housing prices high? Well, because there's a lot more people looking for houses than there are houses, and we're not building them fast enough. We can do a separate video sometime about why houses aren't getting built fast enough, and that moves into where politics have collided with the housing industry. We won't do that today, but we'll do that in another video. So today we were talking about that. How many people are moving into the market? A lot of them. And that has driven housing prices up. So what's happening is a lot of people are looking at manufactured housing. And we're not just talking about, old trailers, right? So we're talking about manufactured housing. It's a broad term for houses that are made in a factory off-site and then brought to where they're going to end up. And what the difference in types of manufactured housing lie in the way they get delivered, really. If they build a house and bring it in on a flatbed truck and then set it with the crane, that's a modular home. If they build a house and it has its own wheels and it gets a license tag and a VIN number, just like a car, then it's a mobile home, right? So there's different types of them. And here at Central Atlanta Realty, we deal with all types of housing. So if you have questions about manufactured housing, go to centralatlanta.realty.com and reach out to one of our agents here, and we'll be happy to help you understand all you need to know about manufactured housing. Why is it important to know about manufactured housing? Well, it's a little less expensive. So as housing prices go up, and say you've got a budget and you're trying to stay under $300,000 or $350,000, if you're shopping below that, you'll find a lot less choices. And so what you do, you look at manufactured housing, and you may be able to find exactly the home in exactly the place with the land and location you want at a better price. So don't rule it out. So we talked about, the amount of people coming in. We talked about manufactured housing. And what else do we talk about? We talked about the thing we do here at Central Atlanta Realty during Friday after 5. So the first Friday of the month during the summer, we have concerts right out here on Broad Street, right in front of our office. And so we turn our office into a hospitality suite. Now, the first one and the last one, we have a tent up there as well at the event. But all the rest of them, we open our office up right here and have a little hospitality suite. So be on the lookout for that. If you come to the Friday After Fives, it's a great promotion, and you can stop by our office and say hey and have a little chance to cool off too. So because it's kind of hot in the summertime here in the South. Anyway, that's about it for my Monday update. Sorry for the ramble, and we'll get another one next week, and maybe I'll be a little more structured. No promises. Hope you have a great week, and I look forward to talking to you real soon. Go to centrallinerealty.com and get started.